Although the loss of Mary affected him deeply, J.D. found solace in his music and the love of his family, especially his grandchildren.
He loved his grandchildren. He's got Kathy, who is grown, has 3 babies, and then my son Jason. He adored both of his grandchildren. Because Jason lived in and around Knoxville, he and Jason shared a great deal of time, right toward the end. And of course, Daddy lived long enough for Jason to be a young man.
Behind the seemingly gruff exterior laid a gentle and giving man. His generosity was one of his greatest gifts.
We're on the bus going to a church to sing, and we always leave at night, 10 o'clock at night, and we'll get there in plenty of time to get a hotel, clean up, and then have a lunch before we go to the show to set up the sound. So Mark Lowry happened to be on the trip with us, and he told Mark, now don't eat anything on the way. He said, when we get there, there's a great steakhouse there.
I starved all the way to Georgia. We pull into a Western Sizzler. That is the great steakhouse. And I like Western Sizzler, but I wouldn't starve for it. I starved clear across Tennessee and Georgia waiting for this great steak. Get there and it's Western Sizzler. We passed 20 Western Sizzlers to get to this one in Georgia. We go in there and it wasn't any better than the rest of them.
So we got there and we're all sitting at a big table, and somebody on there, I can't recall who it was, but they were kind of cheap. They never left a tip or whatever. So he told this person, he said, you just give this lady some money right now for a tip. And I guess they gave a couple of dollars, and Mark said, why'd you do that for? He said, well, you give them $20 too. So Mark put $20 on the tray, and he put $20 on the tray. So the lady had probably $50 on the tray. And she was just standing there wide-eyed, and then she started crying. And she said, you don't know what you're doing. And she said, I'm dying with cancer. And she said, I'm trying to save all the money I can for my children before I die. So J.D. always carried in his pocket no less than $1,000. And he had it in his hand. When she said that, he just dropped the whole amount on her tray.
All that money was gone. I asked him later, I said, how much did you give her? He said, I don't know, and it doesn't matter. I won't miss it. But he was always blessing people like that.
We did the Ryman Auditorium Friday night sing in Nashville. And Wally Fowler, J.D., myself, and Elmo Fagg was going to Birmingham for the next date. We was in one car. Somebody went off with a cash box. We didn't have a lot of cash anyhow, but you'd get enough to eat on. Well, I didn't have any money. Wally didn't, and Elmo didn't. J.D. had $5. So we went in this place to get a cup of coffee because there's a place right outside of Birmingham that had great hot dogs. Coffee would have cost us about $1, and then we got 2 hot dogs apiece right before we got to Birmingham. So we went in and sat down and got coffee. The waitress come along and recognized J.D. Oh, she hugged his neck. She said, you're the greatest singer that ever walked. What an honor to meet such a man like you. Well, when J.D. paid for the coffee, he gave her the $5 bill. He paid for the $1 coffee and gave her a $4 tip. We didn't have a dime left, Didn't have a dime left. We got on him all the way. He said, well, boys, she recognized me. What was I going to do, He gave her hot dogs away.
In May of 1997, the gospel music industry took the opportunity to give back to this legend who had given so much. J.D. Sumner was inducted into the Southern Gospel Music Hall of Fame.
Well, I don't know of anybody that deserves this more than me. No, I wish that all those good things that Bill said was true. I'm just fortunate to have been blessed. nothing means any more to me than my friends, and that's you. I love you. God bless you. If this earthly tabernacle would be dissolved today, I'd trade it for a finer one that would not pass away. But until the day arrives when it's time for moving out, it's such a joy to know the Lord still lives in this old house. The sweetest fellowship I've known has fortified these walls. Peace has reigned since he's been walking up and down these halls. There's snow upon the rooftop now, and these hinges are near worn out. It's such sweet peace to know the Lord still lives in this old house. To him it's been a dwelling place where he kept my hand in his. To me it's home, away from home is all that it really is. And it sure ain't fine and fancy, and all I can boast about is after all the years the Lord still lives in this old house. There were times when he had to write just up and move away. And there were times and days I know it took God's amazing grace to stay. But he never left this old building one. That's why I can sing and shout. It's such a joy to know the Lord still lives in this old house. To him it's been a dwelling place where he kept my hand in his. To me it's home, away from home is all that it really is. And it sure ain't fine and fancy, and all I can boast about is after all the years the Lord still lives in this old house.
After all hope you've enjoyed this video from New Haven Collections. For more videos like this, you can check out their website by clicking the box above. Also, be sure to check out another one of our YouTube community partners, 615 Hideaway, for fantastic country music videos. Plus, you can see some of your favorite shows in their entirety at www.countryroadtv.com. Thanks for watching.